So before we start this video, I just want to mention that I was talking like all night, and then the ban list dropped. So my throat is like shot, so I apologize for how I sound during the video, but let's get into it. Hey there, Rustin here. So there's a new ban list, an emergency ban list from what I'm assuming. Why has there not been discussion in the spoilers for whatever reason? I don't know, it's probably all in the Wanderer channel or the competitive events. I just know that as I was like hopping off of my computer, I saw a link pop up on the Discord and it had the coveted post-9, which is the ban list, and I believe there's been an update to the ban list. I did click on the link for like half a second because I was like, what the fuck are they talking about with the ban list? And I'm just like, oh wait, emergency ban list, that could be what's happening. Not expecting an emergency ban list. I have two guesses. Well, one's like a very strong guess, and then the other one's like maybe they're addressing something else. I'm assuming the one strong guess is that Lone Wolf and the Wolf Stone might be getting combo banned. That's been the discussion. Is like people are getting tired of seeing wolf decks popping up. The lone wolf combo is being played in like if your deck can run it, it runs it, that kind of thing. Someone might have like, you know, gotten word back to the company and maybe instead of like waiting for the next set release, they're just gonna do an emergency ban because, you know, we got GPs and stuff, and I can understand like not wanting to have half of your matches be wolf decks. That's my guess. That is my guess. Could be something else. The other thing that I can get. Okay, I actually have three. Okay, number two is okay, so originally I was gonna say the Lucifer and Lich kind of have a really good combo that was I don't know if it was discovered. I guess it'd be discovered, but someone cooked and realized how powerful this is, and it could have been like in the meta for a long time and I'm just now realizing what it was, or it could have just been like under the radar and then someone discovered it. I don't know the full details. I'm not like 100% in the competitive area for the game. I'm very much a casual player that just plays competitive whenever it feels comfortable. So yeah, Lucifer and Lich, they have access to a full-on, oh, I'm going first, I'm just gonna rip your entire hand strategy, and it's really effective. So I'll pop up the cards. Tears of the Fallen. Cost 0, your opponent discards a card at random. Not a huge deal. Good card. If you're running a Darkness Divinity Ruler, definitely toss it in, unless you have a very particular package. But Roar of Dark Blessing is the other card that it combos very well with Tears of the Fallen. Of you basically just rip out your opponent's hand, and unless they're running like Memory of Worlds or Persephone, etc., stuff like that, if they're running Child of the Wind Moon, sure, there's answers to this. But after the nerfing of the H1 and H2 rulers, Child of the Wind Moon doesn't really see much play, just because it's a support ruler. So this card has kind of been a bit of a boogeyman. At least it was for the Converging Wills tournament. It was definitely I don't have an answer for this right now. Shit, I was not expecting this. So there's that. The other thing is Pandora. Pandora might actually be a rough one. Let's see if you can actually see this. This deck has been also pretty scary. I don't think Pandora's getting any nerfs. I mean, it might. I just don't know what you would nerf on Pandora without just destroying the deck. You basically have an infinite loop that you can do with this deck. So you have like infinite Electras, you can have like infinite, there's been Lucifers. This version of the deck is not running Lucifer, and even the sideboard. Oh, fair enough. Well, I guess, yeah, you really don't even need to worry about Tree, because Electra, yeah. So basically you just loop Electra and you just kill your opponent on the enters from Electra. You're just like cycling through your resonators. Its deck is very consistent. It's very good. Like yeah. I can't like full on explain the combo because I don't even know the combo like step for step, but like it's very effective. It does require a lot of skill to actually pull it off, but if you know what you're doing, you can usually win unless your opponent just has like a hard counter to it. That aside, all that aside, we do have a ban list update. I'm like 100% sure that my deck is completely fine. I can't think of any cards in my deck that have been a problem at all. I'm like mid-tier, so my deck's fine. Just on the off chance though, let's hope that this is gonna lead to a healthier meta. Cheers. And let's hop into it and see what the emergency ban is. The banned and combination ban list update for March 25th, 2024. Hello Rollers. We have been playing Masterpiece Pilgrim Memories for a month and a half, as the release of Thoth of the Trinity will be on May 26th, which is 4 months after the previous set release instead of the regular 3 months. And the announcement of the next banned and combination ban list would be after a very long time. We've decided to do a new announcement of the banned and combination ban list before the 2024 Grand Prix season begins. We have been playtesting and monitoring the new decks played with Masterpiece Pilgrim Memories. We are very happy to see the diversity between aggro decks, control decks, and combo decks, but we have been seeing similarities between different fire decks and we want to change that. Also, we know that the solarization decks are very popular and some of you have expressed that they are too powerful or even unfair. We have also realized that the war decks are the less played decks of all decks. We will work so that changes. In advance to the next update to the ban and combination ban list, we want to announce that we will reduce significantly the ban list and combination ban list during 2024. We hope you like the news. And now this is the new update of the banned and combination ban list of Force of Will. Effective March 25th, 2024, Wanderer banned. Zombie returning from the Paramita of the Dead. So this kind of nerfs the hand ripping deck. Part of the appeal of the hand raping deck was that it really did not need a hand because it could just do harvesting season into zombie returning from the Paramita of the Dead and get more cards into the grave. That's a pretty good nerf. Card has also just been really good outside the hand raping deck. Yeah, let's see what else we got. No longer in the combination ban list. Oh shit, that was the only card that got banned. Okay, so it's probably gonna be combo bans then. Okay, so what's getting unbanned? No longer in the combination ban. So no hard Wanderer unbanned. Combination bans are getting unbanned. Okay, so no longer banned. The Kagura and well, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's banned now, so shocker. Aristella Ascendant, Prince of the Crimson Moon, and Crimson Moon. Okay, yeah, fair. Which makes me think that I think Lone Wolf, Crimson Moon, and the Wolf Stone, I feel like those are gonna be the combo bans. So let's see what we got. Liberator of Wind, Scheherazade, the Teller of 1001 Stories, and Magic Stone of the Wolf's Night. Yep, okay, so that's fair. Scheherazade would just let you stack the stone, so you would just have your lone wolves online, so that's fair. Cascade of Water, Solar Sire, and Solaria, Ruler of Desire, Solaria, Empress of Arcus. So for those who have not seen Cascade yet, this was a very strong card for Solaria and just like solarization in general. It's basically a cancel for water, but target non-resonator spell with total cost 2 or less on the bottom of its owner's deck. That is very good. Now granted, this card, you know, you have to have it as an addition, but look at it this way. It's a addition, removal, lightning rod. It's a cancel. You basically have to bait out a cascade activation or have a Lorite in your hand. So this card was very strong. It's pretty rough playing against it. It's very good though. It's very, like, here's my thing. I think the card is fair as is, but for Solaria, it was definitely a shit, what do I do here? What do I do here? It's a very strong card. So that's banned. Solaria Station of Wind, Avatar of Wind, Solar Sights, and Solaria Ruler of Desire, Solaria Empress of Arcus. That was pretty strong too. So in the match that I had, there's a ruling error, and to be fair, I probably should have, I didn't read a lot of Judgment of the Rogue Planet cards, I'm gonna be honest. I've said that multiple times. It just wasn't my set. It wasn't a good set in my opinion. Power-wise, great, fantastic, but flavor-wise, I'm just cards are kind of boring to me because it's all the same-ish, aesthetically speaking. But Resonators you control gain tap, you pay. So basically, it turns your Resonators into Will Dorks, but only for cards with Solarization. And the way that this is worded, it makes sense, but when you read it the first time, you might interpret it as it taps for 2 reduction, where in actuality, it only reduces by 1. This back half right here, this could arguably not be here, and it would be effectively the same thing, but this highlighted part is more for clarification. So yeah, there's some confusion there. I'm not gonna stress over it. It wasn't like it was a GP. It was, I mean, it was a competitive event, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't motherfucker, I could have won that match. Putting that aside, the deck was really good, so I'm not I'm not beating myself up over that. Yeah, no hard feelings or anything. What I'm trying to get at. But yeah, even with that having been the correct ruling, still really strong. Like, this is the first Solarized station that you actually want to get out with Solaria, so fair. That will definitely nerf Solaria. And there's the Boogeyman, Lone Wolf of the Crimson Moon, and Magic Stone of the Wolf's Night. That's, yeah, no, that was very strong. Let me pop this up. Should be able to, what's the easiest way to go about this? I'm sure there's a deck that is. So Lone Wolf, in case you weren't aware of it, it gets boosted for every moon that you have. And if you have 9 or more moons, just deals 4,000 damage to your opponent. Most decks wouldn't get to 9 moons, but key thing here, whenever this card is put into a graveyard from the field, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a moon edition, put it into the field. Very good. And then this last part, whenever a fire moon entity enters the field under your control, put this card from your graveyard into the field. Pretty nice. And then the way that Magic Stone of the Wolf's Night works, 1, treat this card as a fire moon entity as long as it's in your field. So that will trigger Lone Wolf. So anytime you call the stone, if you have Lone Wolf engrave, they're back in. Then at the beginning of your end phase, you may put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into the field rested. If you do, put this card on top of your Magic Stone deck until end of turn. You cannot put a Magic Stone from your Magic Stone deck into the field. Okay, so basically you had your Lone Wolves coming back every single turn. Really good combo. I mean, that's how it was designed, was combo that and then also Little Red the Wolf Girl. But that right there, very good. If you'll notice, this is not a Little Red deck at all. This is actually 6 Sages. The Wolf combo was just that good. Like, if you could run it, why are you not running it? Is basically what it was. That combo ban, completely fair. Yeah, that's fair. Am I sad to see it go? I mean, it was a very cool, like, aggro thing. It's just that everyone and their mother was doing it, so it's like, putting that aside, very diverse format. Putting that aside, very diverse. Okay, then here's the band and combination band list. So yeah, I wonder if they gave explanations. Oh, they did. Okay, so zombie returning from the pyramid to the dead. When this card developed, we wanted to be used together with cards for graveyard. Okay, so yeah, this was a situation of they built this card in an era where they didn't think it would ever be a problem. Then new cards came out that they're developing, and it's just like, this is gonna be an issue, isn't it? So you'll release a new version of this card. Oh, okay. So this is one that they're saying they are going to errata this, assuming it functionally works the same. I don't like heavy erratas. I hope it's only gonna be like 1 or 2 of these are getting errated. I hope this isn't just like an errata announcement. Yeah, we will release a new version of this card with its updated abilities during this year. I myself have never played this card in a competitive sense. I have not played it in a casual sense. I hope the identity of this card is not lost through the errata, is my thing. Because like casual formats, I think it'd be fine, like ABC, Genesis, 100 Epic Stories, even like, you know, low rarity formats like Pauper and, you know, I prefer Peasant. I hope the identity of this card is not lost after the errata, is my thing. Alright, Cascade and Solaria. Let's see now. We have been checking the results online events during the... Oh, okay, that's nice. Okay, so whoever is actually working on the ban list, they are actually watching the tournaments and all that have been going on this year. So that's awesome. Good to hear that they're keeping up with the community and all that, even for non-GP tournaments. That's cool. So they wanted it to be a Gears deck, but I mean, yeah. Solarization is just very good. So the justification here is that while they're fine with Solaria being a control deck, they don't want it to be super similar to other control decks. So that's fair, sure. I mean, it's something that I feel like could be addressed eventually, and doing it before GP start up, that's... Yeah, no, that's probably a safe move, yeah. Yeah, that's probably fine. Solar Station of Wind and Solaria. Okay, so this is Yeah, it's a little lengthy. We can check it. They wanted it to be a Gears deck, like I said with Cascade. So justification here is they're cool with it being a control deck, but they want it to be a different control deck. And then if you look at here with Solaria, so something that was making this combo really strong is they could just have a very win-focused build, and whenever you want to actually judgment the Solaria station, you could just send back a bunch of your good win cards. So that's a fair one, yeah. Let me actually put 5 non-Magic Stone win cards from your removed area on the bottom of your deck. So you can get Sword of Progression online and then also have 4 Sword of Progression still in your deck, so that's fair, yeah. I feel like the Cascade one makes a little more sense for its combo ban. The Solaria Station just feels like maybe they had made the card a little too good just because of no. Cascade and Solaria Station, I feel like that's gonna nerf Solaria enough to where, I mean, it's still gonna be a threat, but it's not gonna be like a unbeatable situation. I feel like this is a fine set of combo bans. Yeah, I feel like this is fine. Alright, then Lone Wolf and Magic Stone of Wolf's Night. We've been reading, okay, so this is more a matter of like what social media has been saying. So at first they were like, Aristella shouldn't be playing the combo, but we have realized that almost every fire deck created during this month and a half has been using this combination, even if the deck is not a moon deck or little red deck. I mean, there was even a double light tag deck that was running it, so if your deck can run it, you run it. They're creating new wolf cards in Thoth of the Trinity, and as we would like them to be used with Magic Stone of the Wolf's Night, we decide to ban these 2 cards at the same time, removing from the combination ban list Aristella and Crimson Moon. So that Little Red Riding Hood players are able to use 2 different kinds of decks. Yeah, I mean, the justification of letting other decks shine a bit that's fair, yeah. The uncombination ban with Red Aristella and the Crimson Moon, cool. It's gonna let the people who actually like are going for the theme of the wolves to have another option, so that's great. And then it's also, yeah, nerfing the decks that were just running the combo because they can run the combo, so that's cool. Alright, then Liberator of Wind, Scheherazade, and Magic Stone the Wolf's Night. I mean, you can just put Wolf's Night at the top of your deck, I guess is the complaint here, and just have Little Red able to judgment every single turn. Yep. Okay, so the justification here, yeah, the Wolfstone, very first stone of the game, every single game, it makes the deck super consistent, and they are just straight up like, hey, we're cool with the aggressiveness, but we want a little bit of RNG involved. So completely fair, that's fine. I think there's definitely gonna be some Sherry Little Red Riding Hood players that are gonna be a little bummed about that, but this is probably gonna help the meta be a little healthier. I think the only concern is going to be if you have a good Pandora player. I feel like Pandora is going to be the deck to be wary of, just because like it is an infinite combo, and it's, from at least from what I played against it, it's pretty consistent. There are answers to it, don't get me wrong, there are good answers to it, and I think that's just something you're gonna have to respect in the meta, but I feel like this addresses a fair number of the top ranking decks. Let's see now. So there's the Solaria deck that got a little bit nerfed. Actually, I'll just pull this up. Let me get the link here. So based on the Converging Wills tournament that happened last week, so yeah, Solaria's been nerfed a little. Kilua is something that will still need to be respected. Kilua can wreck house. Oh look, it was playing Child of the Windmoon. Oh, that's perfect. So that's a deck that you need to respect, is Kilua. Kilua still puts in work. Still very scary. Be very mindful of it. This deck wasn't even running the Lone Wolf combo at all. It's just good cards. Be worried about that, yeah. Okay, this Kaguya build is probably a non-threat now, probably. So Kaguya might not really be seeing any play, so might not have to worry about that. Maybe as a rogue deck. This Zero Almerius deck, I mean, it's not going to be running the wolf combo, so if this pops up, I'll be curious what they are cooking. A different version of this deck probably won't be seeing any major high-ranking play. This Lumia Scheherazade deck might see some play. Nothing was hit here, so this is a threat probably in a GP. That's something to be mindful of. Pandora, I mean, like, if you're a good player and you know the combo, if you know the loop, yeah, It's a great deck. It was a very cool deck. I would not be surprised if I saw this in the next GP that I play in. Yeah, no, it's really good. It's really good. It's a very cool build. Pandora putting in work. Fault Gold and Alice. I mean, well, Fault Gold's just a deck that you need to respect because of dragons, yeah. That's fair. This is just a good build, yeah. Don't get me wrong, player ability is also a factor, but yeah. Then yeah, Kilua took 2 spots. Wow, Kilua took 2 spots in the previous tournament that I played in. Yeah, so stuff to be mindful of, but yeah, no, this was an interesting little emergency ban list. I'm happy that they addressed it. Part of me wishes that we had gone into the next set, just because emergency ban lists are like, I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of it. It's good when they happen, but yeah, I don't know. It's probably fine. This will probably be a healthy meta, and I look forward to the future tournaments with it. But that'll be it for the video. Let me know what you think about this ban list. Are you sad to see some cards go? Are you sad to see some combo bans come up? What would you have banned? What would you have unbanned? I mean, like, I'm usual bias. Give me Virgil and Bilal back. But yeah, jokes aside, I think this is going to be a fine one. I think this is a fine ban list. The Hand Ripper deck and Pandora are the scariest decks to me right now. Aside from that, I'm cool with this. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.